welcome back to my channel. So today's video is so fun and so exciting. If you've seen the title, you know we are getting chickens. Well, technically we're getting baby chicks that will grow into chickens. I'm so excited, you guys. This is like a dream realized today. I've been wanting to get chickens for as long as I can remember, and it's finally happening. Ever since we moved to our farmhouse, we have a few acres, and I knew like 1000% we were gonna get chickens the following spring. And actually, for like a minute there, I thought my dreams were crushed and we were afraid we actually would not be able to get them. We kind of have like a unique situation. We do live in a house, like an old farmhouse, and it's got a few acres, but we actually are part of like a development. It's kind of like a unique situation. So there are like, you know, certain like deed restrictions and rules and things like that. So we kind of thought there for a minute that the chicken dream would never happen, but we found out that we actually are able to on our property. So we are so excited. Anyway, so we are driving right now to go pick up our baby chicks. It's like a little bit of a trek. We actually drove into PA. My cousin, who has kept chickens, backyard chickens, for many years, highly recommended this one spot. That's where she always got her chicks from. So we decided to listen to her advice because I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, I've done so much online research. But you know, anything can be learned, and I'm a total novice at this, but we will figure it out and it will be great. But so we are almost there. We're gonna go in, grab our chicks and some like last minute supplies we need for like their brooder and everything. And yeah. All right, we got our box of chicks. We're about to hop in the car, but I just wanted to show you guys. Can you hear them? All right, guys, so we've got our chicks in here. We've got our brooder set up. So fancy. They're like starting to cheep. I think they were like falling asleep. It's been kind of quiet.
Hopefully that's what's happening.
Oh yeah, you can hear them. So we're gonna, one by one, put them all in there, and I'm supposed to dip their beaks in water to show them where their water source is. You guys see the chickies? Oh, hi girls! Oh wow, they're all huddled together. Hi ladies. You're so cute! Look at them. Hayden, look. Oh, look at the chickies. You too, Rosie. Careful, Rosie. Sit. Oh, what do you think? All right, I'm gonna put them back up. Okay guys, so let me introduce you to the ladies. Okay, so here are our girls. They seem super happy. So you'll see that they are some different colors because we got different breeds. So you can see these little yellow ones right here. They seem to be like the most sweet and gentle by nature so far. I mean, I've had them for like 5 seconds, but so those are Buff Orpingtons, those little yellow ones. They are good layers. They're good in, they're like cold hardy, which is good because it gets cold in the winters here. These little black ones right here Those are Plymouth Barred Rock. They're gonna be like beautiful black and white, kind of speckled once they're older. And again, good layers, cold hardy as well. And then there are these red ones right here. They seem to be the most feisty so far, which is kind of fun. And those are Rhode Island Reds, which are like really a classic backyard chicken breed. And again, cold hardy, good layers. And then this little lady over here, she's kind of has like a mix of all the colors. She is actually an Easter egger, also known as Americana. And we just got one of her because she lays really cool blue eggs. And I just really wanted one of those, but they're not great layers. Like they maybe will lay like 1 or 2 eggs a week as far as what I've learned. So we didn't want like a ton of those, but I did kind of want to get one because I couldn't pass up the blue eggs. They're so cute. I am so excited. I figured I would give you guys a little bit of like a brooder tour of the setup we have right now. It's not much, but baby chicks, from what I researched, really don't need a whole lot. I am also gonna there is a blog post that I found that was super, super helpful, like really in depth on raising baby chicks and like setting up a brooder and all of that. I'm gonna link that down below because I feel like that was the most helpful thing that I like went through. There is endless amounts of information on you know, keeping chickens and raising chicks and all of that online. It can almost be like a little bit overwhelming because it's just so much and some of it conflicts, but I just found this blog post to be the most helpful for myself. So I'll put that down below in case any of you guys ever decide to get chicks of your own. Okay, but so now for the brooder tour. So this is our brooder. It's a big fancy Tupperware container. It's currently on our kitchen table because I just want to keep a really close eye on them for the next 2 days, but it is not permanently going to be here. So we basically went out and found the biggest Tupperware, this isn't Tupperware, storage container. Why am I saying Tupperware? Storage container we could find. That was my cousin's recommendation. Now, I don't know if this is gonna last us until they until they move out into their coop. We might have to upgrade to something bigger. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear. But we just got this from Target. So in here, we've got obviously our sweet little baby chicks. This is their feeder. I will link all this stuff down below because most of it I got, a lot of it I got off of Amazon. That's their feeder and clearly they're enjoying eating right now, which is awesome. Oh, you okay? Fell in there. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so then this is their water. It's just a 1 quart water. And I did put a little splash of apple cider vinegar in there because I heard that's good. I also read that you can put like sugar in there for like their first water batch because it helps them start drinking, but I've seen them drink out of it, so I think we're doing okay on that so far. Okay, these down here, these are paper pellets. There's a lot of different things that you can use and also kind of a lot of conflicting information on what's like the best thing to use. I hear that these are extremely absorbent, so I wanted to try them and I saw a lot of people recommend them. The other probably really popular thing is pine shavings or like shredded newspaper, but I've also seen some conflicting things about newspaper, so this is what we decided to go with for now. We'll kind of see how it goes. And then, okay, let's talk about light source or heat source. So you do need a heat source. This lamp I actually got from our local farm supply store. I ordered one on Amazon and it came like not all like together. I didn't have everything I needed, so I just decided not to mess around and I went to the store for this. So it just has like a 250 watt, is it infrared bulb? And it's just like a clamp lamp. So you can see it has a clamp right here, and you want it on just like one side of the brooder, so that way if they're like feeling too warm over here, they can head over here. Speaking of too warm, you also need to have a way to tell the temperature. So this is just a little thermometer. It's already getting kind of gross, and as you can see, it's like a little over 90 degrees in here, which is pretty good, and they seem to be happy. They seem to be moving about and not all huddled up under this light, at least not when they were sleeping. They kind of were, but they seem to be okay with this temperature right now because they're not only staying under the light. Okay, so I did actually just pick up this as well, and I do plan on switching to this heater. It's like, as you can see, this is what it looks like when it's actually in the brooder, and then this is if you want to like put it in a coop, you can stand it up, but basically they can like duck under there, and it's kind of like ducking under like a mother hen, so it's kind of similar to what they'd be doing if they weren't in a brooder. And that way they can duck under there for warmth, and then they can come back out when they're plenty warm and, you know, move about the brooder. Okay, so here is the deal with the heat source situation and why I bought this second thing, which is also from a farm supply store. Sure, you can find those online too. So the heat lamp is like classic, totally works, but there are some like cons to it. There is like a slight chance that they can catch on fire, which I'm not like super concerned about because it is a very small risk, but still it is a risk that's there. These heaters do not carry that risk, which is obviously, that's nice for peace of mind. But also another thing that is really nice about the heater, and not so nice about the lamp, these are pretty cheap. I think this was like, it was like less than $10, and then you need to buy a bulb as well. This was like 40 bucks, I think. I've seen some online for like 50, so in that range. But with the lamps, you have to basically figure out like a system to like raise it and lower it, because baby chicks, as they're growing week by week, they need that extra heat source for the first like 6 weeks or so. But each week the temperature needs to decrease. They need less and less added heat. So like right now, like 90 to 95 degrees is the target. Next week it will go down by about 5 degrees. So you have to just like raise the lamp up higher and higher in order to get less heat, which, to be honest, I just didn't want to figure out like a rigging system. I'm sure it's not that much work, but it just seemed like something I just didn't really feel like I wanted to do. But with the heater, you can actually set it to a certain temperature, so you know that it's at the right temperature. And I also like this because, like I said, you can stand it up and then use it in the coop. And we do get cold winters here, so I figured that would be kind of nice just to have for the future. So that's why I ended up buying that. Right now, the light, the way that it's set up, is working perfectly for like 90 to 95 degree range. And they definitely seem happy because they're kind of all over the brooders. You can see they're not huddled under that light. So I think it's really fine for now, but I am going to switch to that other heater. But they just seem happy as can be in here. And I'm so excited that they're just like part of our family now. And we get to watch them every day, and apparently they grow really fast. So I'm sure I will look back on this video in not very much time and be like, oh my gosh, they were so small. But yeah, there's our girls. They are cuties. Okay, and then another thing I wanted to talk about was their feed. So there's basically, you kind of have to make a decision if you're going to do medicated like chick feed or unmedicated. So I tend to lean towards like the more natural, holistic side of things in most areas of life. So at first I was like, oh, I definitely want unmedicated. Then the more I looked into it, it's definitely a personal choice, and there's a lot of different factors, but the more I looked into it, the more I was like, I think medicated feed is probably just a safer bet for us. So the reason you would want medicated, you would potentially choose medicated feed, is there is, now I'm completely blanking on the name, but there is a specific illness that they can get when they're teeny tiny chicks. I'll put the name like on the screen, that they can get that, and it can potentially be lethal if they catch it when they're this young. So the medicated feed can help basically wipe that out, and so they don't end up getting it. Now, since I am completely new to this whole raising chicks thing and I am a total novice, I figured it was probably a safer bet for me to just go with the medicated, just to like stack the odds for myself that this will be a successful experience. If I had only gotten like 3 or 4 chicks, I think I might have just gone unmedicated, because I feel like I would have really been able to keep an even closer eye on them. But 10 to me, because this is totally new to me, 10 feels like a lot to keep track of and keep healthy. So, and again, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I figured medicated would be the better choice. The brand is like Purina, I think. I can link it down below. Again, we just got it at the store, or we picked up the chicks actually. But that's what we ended up doing for food. Okay you guys, so I think that is it for this video. We are so happy to have our little chicks home, and I'm sure there will be more videos in the future as we kind of walk through this whole being chicken owner things. But I'll definitely be sharing a lot more on Instagram because that's where I share more of like the daily stuff. So I'm sure you'll be seeing them, if not daily, very regularly on my Instagram, which is just at Becca Bristow. So make sure you go follow that because how can you not share these little babies? They're so cute. They all just settled in to take a little nap right now. So I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.